This video is going to cover the requesting process for both print materials and journal articles in SEAL. I'm going to start with print items. At this point, you hypothetically have searched for and found an item you would like to request from a library. I'm using the example of a book we have at Southeastern called Drive by Daniel Pink. Click the Request button once you have double-checked the bibliographic information and determined this is the item you need. This will take you to our ILL request form. The display shows your library's contact information. Verify that everything is accurate and up to date, especially the email we have recorded for you. Fill in a need by date for the item. I would recommend doing this so the lending library knows whether this item is a rush. There is also an optional notes field, which can be used to include patron information or notes for the lending library. Many libraries opt to use library card barcodes as a way to preserve patron anonymity. Notes will be able to be seen by you and the lending libraries. Since we are requesting a print book, we are going to choose No for the question, is this a request for an article? Next, you need to choose a lender. The system will not select a lender automatically. You have to make a determination of a library that is the best to request from and the most likely to send your item. One easy way to do this is to double-check the status. When you select the drop-down menu, make sure the availability says available, checked in, on shelf, or something similar. If it has a date, says checked out, on hold, missing, or something like that, it is not available to loan. There are certain items you are unlikely to receive using SEAL. For example, anything that is electronic or very new probably won't circulate. Who you loan from also depends on which library system you belong to. If it's available through your system, you should borrow it using system holds in your ILS. Essentially, after you verify that you cannot receive the item in your system, you should check like systems first. So, for example, a Mid-Hudson library should first try to request something through RCLS and vice versa. This is a way we ensure that libraries don't receive a disproportionate amount of requests. This is a copy of our request chart. It is also available in the SEAL's user manual. If you try to open the drop-down menu and nothing appears, it means that no participating libraries in SEAL have that item available. Once you have chosen a library, click Submit. An email will be automatically sent to the lender requesting this item. You will receive a copy with the option to cancel the request if needed. The lending library has 5 business days to respond to your ILL request. After 3 days, they will be sent a reminder email. If they do not respond within 5 days, you will have to resubmit the request. This is what the email you will receive looks like with the option for cancellation. You can also cancel requests from inside your account. If you go to My Account, click See a Request Placed by Your Library. Your past requests will display chronologically. You can search by ILL number, destination, or by fill status. The Cancel option will be under the Action tab. This is also where you can go to see a history of all your ILL requests. Next, I'm going to talk about the process for requesting a periodical item using the example from our user's manual. The process is very similar, except for a few key differences. Periodicals can be a challenge because in addition to finding a requesting library, you also need to make sure they have the year that you need. Sometimes the date ranges will show up directly on this page. However, you can also click on a library's catalog to see a more complete list of their holdings. If you want to see if a lender on the Holdings page is a participant in SEAL, you can check the directory located at the bottom of the SEAL homepage. Once you have verified that someone has the journal and year you need, click Request. Once again, our requester information will come up. Double check this and fill in the two fields, Need by Date and Notes if needed. Choose Yes in the box, Is this a request for an article? This will open up the fields for the necessary article information. Try to fill this in as thoroughly as possible. You can usually find all of this data in the article citation. Sometimes I find it also helps to do a Google search and find the article online before placing a request. This will usually provide you with all the information you need. Once you have filled out all the article information, you need to choose a type of copyright. The drop-down menu here has two options, CCL and CCG. This is in reference to whether an item is protected by copyright law versus copyright guidelines. CCG items are protected by what are called the Cantu guidelines, which are meant to prevent ILL being used as a substitute for periodical subscriptions. You click CCG if the article you're requesting is less than 5 years old and if you haven't requested more than 5 from the same periodical in the last 5 years. You click CCL when an item is more than 5 years old, your library owns the journal, or it is the 6th or greater request you've made from the same journal in the past 5 years. Once you have made a determination on copyright and filled in all the information, select a library and hit Submit. Once again, your lender will receive an email with the option to approve or deny your request, and you will receive a copy. You will have the option to cancel it from within the email or from within your account. You should receive the article electronically at the email address affiliated with your account. The next video will cover receiving, renewing, and returning borrowing items in SEAL.